Welcome to AlphaCars and Ural of New England. Today we're taking a look at a very exciting Ural. This is a 2024 Gear Up Ember Flame Expedition. We just built this bike and it's actually already sold. It's going out of the country to one of our customers. We're packing it up in a shipping crate, and just as it entered to us in a shipping crate, it's leaving in a shipping crate, except this time it's going to be built as you see it right here. So before it's gone, in this video, we're going to check out some of the cool accessories it has with this Expedition trim, just go over the overall kind of specifications of the bike, learn a little bit about it, and just be excited about this really cool sidecar motorcycle. If you're new to the channel, welcome to AlphaCars. We share daily motoring content on exciting things like this Ural Gear Up, so definitely subscribe so you don't miss out. But now, let's take a closer look at this Ember Flame Expedition. Of course, as I mentioned, this bike is sold, but we always have a huge selection of new and used Urals. You can actually see there's quite a few sidecar rigs through those glass windows over there at one of our showrooms. So check back at our website frequently, alphacars.com, and you can view all of our latest inventory, and you can even view things like pricing on there, and each bike will have a breakdown of the accessories installed and factory options. But now talking about this Ember Flame Expedition, this is really our favorite colorway of the Expedition series bikes, and we think it's one of our favorite colorways that these bikes have come in, period. Just a very attractive set of colors. We kind of have this metallic orange with a silver, and then this black, and all the different accessories that are painted to match just look really quite epic. So you've got a lot of the usual kind of black accessories, like this is a taillight guard there, and then you've got this nice matching orange, these orange racks here, and it really just provides an awesome contrast. And a little later in this video I will go over all the accessories that are installed on this bike. But let's learn a little bit just about this Ural. It is a sidecar motorcycle, and it comes that way from the factory. It's designed to have the sidecar with the front suspension design and the geometry. It's really designed to only be ridden with the sidecar. It would actually be quite dangerous if you were to remove the sidecar and try to ride it around as a normal motorcycle. But of course, that's a whole other topic. So now taking a look at the engine. It is a 2-cylinder Boxer. It's a flat 2, and it is 750 cc's, and it's mated to a 4-speed gearbox. So what's cool about that gearbox is it's 4 forward gears, 1 reverse gear. So you could call it a 5-speed. These do have a mechanical reverse gear. To use that, there is a heel shifter right here, and you just kick down when you're in first gear or neutral with the clutch in, of course, and you have a mechanical reverse gear. It's really awesome. You can go, as long as you want in reverse. It's not like a little electric assist or a little, electric drive as some other bikes may have. It's a real mechanical reverse gear, just like your car has. And speaking of just like your car has, this gearbox, it's fully sealed and separate from the engine fluids. So it has a dry clutch, just like your car does. It's a twin plate, as you would find in maybe like a performance application or an upgraded application where you have 2 clutch plates to handle the extra torque of maybe you put a bigger turbo on your engine in your car. Well, this needs all of that clamping force because this 2-cylinder Boxer makes a lot of torque at a very low RPM. Really all through the rev range it makes a lot of torque, and especially to move this bike around with the sidecar attached, and then you have your passenger, you have it loaded down. You want a nice trusty grabby clutch, and it is pretty light. You can see I can use 2 fingers on it, how I normally kind of ride a motorcycle, and it's not taxing or hard to use. It's a very precise and mechanical feeling item, and it's just plain cool. It's a twin plate dry clutch. They're very durable, and like I said, great clamping force. And then that shaft drives the rear final drive here. So if we look, we have the rear final drive, and if I bring the camera over here, we can see that shaft drive out of the back of the gearbox there. And then this does have two-wheel drive, selectable two-wheel drive. So there's a lever right here, this lever I'm pointing at. And what you do is actuate that, and then it locks the final drive here, sending power to this CV shaft, which powers the sidecar wheel. And the sidecar wheel does have its own disc brake there, nice Brembo brakes. You can see it's a floating rotor design and it's drilled, so you're gonna have some nice, powerful, smooth stopping performance. And check this out, 4-piston Brembo caliper on the front. The stopping power on these bikes is quite unreal. And once again, there's a floating rotor and it's drilled, so things will stay nice and cool and smooth. And once again, there's another Brembo caliper on the rear wheel of the bike with that nice looking rotor there. And I even like how the inner portion of the rotor here is kind of black. It's a very nice contrast, and all the colors really just blend in and look so nice together on this bike. Like, even look at these grab handles. They really didn't have to just paint these to accent, but they did, as well as the cylinder heads here, or the valve covers rather. And look at the stainless steel Allen hardware on there. It's really just these bikes are so useful, so capable, but they're also kind of just a work of art to look at. And if you look under the bike, it also has a nice skid plate there in the same kind of black color as the bike. And even just look at these exhaust welds here. Like, it looks like a work of art, and it's just an exhaust hanger. So really some care put into these bikes. And this one also has, getting into some of the factory options, I guess, this one has a powder-coated drivetrain. So we see the cylinder head here, the crankcase, engine block, everything is that nice black color. It's really going to prevent it from, rusting and corroding like an untreated one might, depending on the conditions you use it in. And if we look, see how the gasket is fully unaffected. All the gaskets are perfectly clean, so to speak, even the oil pan gasket right there. All these parts are powder coated individually before it's assembled. It's not assembled a little bit, taped, and then powder coated. Like, these are, if you take these parts off the bike, the inside will be powder coated as well. It's really a thorough and proper job done on these parts. And now taking a look at the underneath of the fenders, this bike also has an undercoating. So if I get the camera to adjust here, you can see there's actually a kind of textured finish there. There's a good shot of it. So underneath both of the bike's fenders and the whole underneath of the sidecar tub, we can see the kind of line here where this chip guard is applied. And it's on the whole underside of the sidecar. You can see it looks very nice there. And we have this kind of line where it's applied. So of course, right from the factory, you get this nice chip guard protective coating. I'm sorry with the lighting here with the black fender. Can't really see it up there, but it is up there. And this is applied before the paint, right on the brand new surfaces, and then the paint is applied over it. So what this does is add a good amount of flex to the paint. So if you have a rock chip or you bump into something, it's a much lesser chance of the paint chipping, because now it just flexes a little bit. It doesn't just flake off as you would think. Think about on your automobile, if you get a rock chip on your hood, it's a rock chip for a reason, because the rock or pebble flies up, it hits your hood, and it pinches the paint between the rock and the metal, and there's nowhere for it to go. It just flakes off, and this really prevents that, because the paint will flex a little bit and it's not just flaking off. And even if it gets dented, a lot of times a rock chip, the paint will chip off because the material dents underneath, and then the paint's not flexible, so it just has nowhere to go and it falls off. Once again, we've seen like some pretty considerable off-road damages, dents in this chip guard, and the paint is still perfectly fine, doing its job. That's not a guarantee, I'm telling you there. It's just an effect that if the circumstances are right, it really does help save your paint job. It's applied all on the inside of the sidecar tub as well, and even in the sidecar trunk. That's right, this bike does have a trunk. I just opened it. Nice heavy duty lever, and there's even a lock for it, so you can lock your goodies in here. And this has Very nice owner's manual. And this owner's manual has a ton of good information in there. It's really, you could call it a service manual. It has all like the service intervals and wiring schematics. You can really perform almost any repair on the bike and, you know, just out of this. Looking at our toolkit here, that is a very extensive toolkit. Once again, it's not a couple screwdrivers. You can really do almost any like service on the bike with that. And nice touch-up paint, all 3 colors there. And now, if we take a look in the sidecar tub, or in the sidecar trunk rather, we can see once again this textured coating is here, protecting all the inside of the trunk. Very nice floor mat, Ural branded rubber floor mat. And even under the floor mat, like I said, the whole inside of the sidecar tub has the chip guard. And another term for that, you could call it almost like a bed liner. It's a little bit different than like a truck's bed liner, but it's along the same lines of kind of what it's designed to do. And even look at these latches. They're so heavy duty, like all the stainless steel hardware everywhere. It's really a treat to use. Like, look at this latch. It's just very satisfying, very heavy duty. Of course, we have a nice shovel there, a standard sidecar rear bumper, the fuel jerry can, and this nice rack. So now I'm getting into kind of the some of the accessories specific to the Expedition that this bike has. We've got a nice heavy duty rack on here, and that is color matched to the bike's orange, as I mentioned earlier. The sidecar rear bumper mounts very securely, very heavy duty. It has the full light protection kit. So the sidecar lights here have these very heavy duty rock guards on them, and then the taillight of the bike as well. And then there's a sidecar fender rack here, and this is the new style, so it uses all existing mounting points. You can see it doesn't drill the sidecar fender, and then it once again uses existing mounting points in here. And even looking over here, we can see that CV joint there. That was one of the upgrades to the 2023 and newer bikes got, was a CV drive shaft there instead of the older style U-joints. Now, as we make our way towards kind of the controls of the bike, we have some very nice hand guards here, and they are braced, so they really will do an awesome job if your handlebar kind of did catch something on the trail, or like a small tree or limb, and you can see it's braced right there. And once again on this side, has an awesome dual USB charger here. Very high quality mount. Sorry, I need to get a better camera angle for you there. High quality mount, and we can see it's actually a 5 volt 4 amp. So this will really keep your stuff charged and charged quickly. This switch is for the driving lights on the front of the sidecar. I'll turn those on in a bit when we start the bike. And check out this adjustable. We can see these little screw adjusters here, so we can slide this upper portion up and down. We have this awesome Ural smoked windscreen. I love these. I think they look great, and they offer a lot of wind protection, and it's very adjustable. Even this whole thing, you can kind of adjust it up and down a little bit, and then having the separate upper part that you can slide up and down. You can do it on the fly as well. If you get into a trail, you can stop quick and just lower this all the way down. And then if you get back on the road, you can raise it back up. So very nice piece of kit there. And we have plenty of customers that love these and are specifically just buying them just as an upgrade for their Ural if it didn't already have one. Very nice rock guard on the headlight there. And all these are available on our online store. We can ship pretty much all of these accessories I'm talking about right to your door. So if something catches your eye for your Ural, then definitely shop our online store. It'll be linked in the description and in the video. But this is very heavy duty construction. If I push on this isn't like flimsy mesh. Like, this would hurt your finger. Very heavy duty construction there. We've got the flat sidecar nose rack. This thing is so heavy duty. Like, the whole bike shakes when you kind of put some force into this. And of course it has the rubber isolating washers there, as we see. I'm pointing to all of them. So the paint is not disturbed on the bike. This isn't like a metal clamp right on the paint. And even on the inside as well, it has some nice washers there. So really disperses the load on the sidecar tub, and we have plenty of customers who will load these things up and really tie a lot down to it, of course within reason, without any issues. And if we go back into the sidecar area, very nice contoured seat, very comfortable. We have a European style socket outlet here. We do have adapters on our store to adapt that to an American style outlet. And there's even an additional switch here. This isn't switched or hooked up to anything, but it's just an extra circuit there ready to add accessories. And of course you just have your overall kind of fuse panel there. And now going to these driving lights on the front. These are standard on the gear up, but what's not standard is the wiring running through the bumper, all the way through the bumper and coming out of the back and going right into the fuse box in the sidecar where the power runs through for them. Usually this whole power cable is literally just like zip tied to the outside of this tube. And what we like to do here at Ural of New England is we drill a little hole in the back of this tube, redo the wiring right through there. We can see it's even wrapped with like a fabric wiring tape, put a grommet back there, and then look how clean that looks now. No more wiring out here, especially if you are gonna ride the bike off-road. It's not gonna get caught in like brush or anything and get tugged on. So really an awesome quality touch there, just things we like to do here at AlphaCars. We really have such an attention to detail. And now looking at let's talk about the controls of the bike a little bit. I had mentioned this heel toe lever for reverse. This is our rear brake, and the rear brake has its own master cylinder and reservoir right here. You can see the Brembo logo there on the cap. And they are linked with a cool kind of trick link system there. Very nice, very awesome to use when the both rear wheels are braking evenly. For the forward gears, we have a heel toe shifter there. And then looking at our handlebars, like I had mentioned, the clutch, pretty light pull, especially for that twin plate dry clutch there. And just like any motorcycle, we've got some nice comfortable grips. We've got our front brake, electric start, our kill switch, very heavy duty parking brake on these. Like this whole thing is aluminum, very nice to use, and this bike's really not going anywhere once you pull that. And we can see the mechanism there, how it kind of feeds the caliper. And now let's turn on the ignition. Hear the fuel pump prime there. And all we have to do is tap the starter. Starts right up. Thanks to that fuel injection. Really, no matter what temperature you're at or elevation, it's always gonna run sweet. We saw all the running lights come on as well. Let me turn on those driving lights. And now with the driving lights on, those provide a ton of extra light and visibility as well, so it helps you be seen on the road. You can see here it's idling very happily. All of our running lights there. So all very, very nice. And we turn these lights back off. And now let me grab the keys from the bike. And I should have unlocked this before the video, but I'll do this right here to show you. If we put our key in this little slot and turn it, check this out. We have a compartment in the top of the gas tank. It has a nice kind of sealing gasket here. And this thing is pretty awesome. We remove this key. I don't want the key to dangle and scuff the paint. And like even a modern mobile phone fits right in here. I have a pretty large, modern phone, being a Samsung Galaxy Ultra, S22 Ultra. And you can see it fits in there, no problem. You can put your big, modern phone, your wallet, your house keys. It's really an awesome place to keep stuff. I would say still maybe put your stuff like in a plastic bag, as this technically isn't waterproof, but with the sealing gasket and how the cover kind of goes over the edges, so any moisture and water will kind of drip around the sides. I really don't see too much water getting in here, but you can never be too careful there. So just a really cool feature of the gear up. And check out like the paint line here, it looks awesome. We've got our Ural logo here and the badges there in black. I think it looks awesome how they did that in black. Same thing with the two-wheel drive badge back here. So overall, just a very unique motorcycle. Really no other offering to have a sidecar motorcycle right from the factory. And these are, like I said, designed to be driven with the sidecar. They handle awesome, and we have so many customers that have bought a Ural after having driven their own sidecar creations or others, and they're like, wow, it's a night and day. It feels actually safe to ride. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something new about this Ural gear up. Like I said, if you're interested in purchasing a new or a used one, definitely reach out to us, sales@alphacars.com, or give us a call, 978-263-9000. Of course, even if you're not local, we can gladly ship one to you, explore those options. We handle all the logistics. We have many shipping partners. As I mentioned, this bike actually is getting crated up once again, and it's actually leaving the country to one of our customers out of the country. So please leave a like on this video and subscribe so then you don't miss out on the latest Ural content.